Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this episode of Investment Chat in a Rolls-Royce with Stephen Akintayo. And my guest today is a very interesting man. I told him when I grow up, I want to be like him. Searle is the chairman CEO of Globaleye, and I must confess, Tim, you are a global citizen.
I am definitely a global citizen,
right?
Indeed.
British, Canadian, Emirati. We just need to add Sheikh Tim.
I wish. Yes.
So tell us about, your background, how you got to become this global in terms of your perspective. You've lived in Canada, you've lived in Singapore. I mean, how did this all happen?
It's just part of I think it's life's rich tapestry. I was in Canada, born in Canada because my parents were there. My father was an architect, and I think, back in the, dare I say it, the 60s, when I was born, I think, my dad was, making log cabins or something, I don't know, right? Yeah. And then I spent a spell back in the UK. I'm ex-military. I joined the Royal Navy. The Navy took me all over the world.
Wow.
Eventually, I ended up in Hong Kong as a young gunnery officer, and I met my wife there actually as well.
Nice.
Okay, so I've lived in Hong Kong.
Yeah. And you guys have 3 children?
We have 4.
Oh?
Yes, I have 3 boys and I have a daughter.
Same with me. I have 2 boys, 1 daughter.
Really? I have a granddaughter now as well.
Oh, yes, congratulations!
Yes. So I'm still a very, very busy granddad. Yeah. So I'd lived, all over the place, with the military, and then when I left and became a financial professional, the Middle East came to my call, and I came to initially Bahrain, and then I moved to the UAE back in 1995. Ooh. So it's a long time, more than 25 years.
Ooh.
Yeah, and I've had a great time here.
Yeah.
Grown up here, my children have grown up here, I've owned property here. I'm very fortunate that my business partner until recently was one of the Maktoum family, the ruling family of Dubai. And now I'm working with a family in Abu Dhabi, which is Sheikh Khalid, and he is basically the brother-in-law to the ruler of the country.
Oh, nice.
And so, I intend to spend a lot more time in the UAE. It's still a very exciting place to be. It's very much
you
a
raise
hub.
all your grandchildren
And
here?
the grandchildren
and
might
then
come here.
The grandpa!
They love guys. They have a nickname for me, which is Wapa. Don't ask me where she got it from. Wapa. So I am Wapa.
That's a customized name for grandpa.
Yeah, Wapa.
Wapa. Nice one. So in 1999 you started Globaleye.
Correct.
What led to this?
It was really due to the fact that I was working with an organization in financial services, and I didn't quite feel that maybe the interests of the company, the clients was quite aligned and how they were doing things. So I had no intention when I left the military to set up my own financial planning practice. It just organically came into that, right? And then, I joined a company initially, and it had a bit of a crusty name to it. And so I went to approach Sheikh Searle Al Maktoum to say, look, I want to set up a new business, a little bit more modern and dynamic and forward thinking. And he said, what are you going to call it? I said, how about Globaleye? And of course, he said, yeah, whatever. Now
like from Eagle Eye.
So some people say Golden Eye. I said, no, that's James Bond. That's James Bond, not James Bond. But basically what was happening at the time, I was looking at setting up a global credit management business as well. And we'd done the business plan, we set stuff up, and we had the domain, and we had the letterheads and everything. But that wasn't going to go ahead at the time. It just wasn't going to work. So I just said, we can use these. So we just called the new company Globaleye, and it's stuck ever since.
Wow, amazing. One of the exciting thing about you is that you love to have fun, and you just told me you sold your Rolls Royce recently.
Yes.
So why sell it? Why sell Rolls Royce? Who sells Rolls Royce?
I do have others, but for the one I had here in Dubai, it was getting maybe to the age where maybe I needed to trade it in. And also I had 3 people chasing me for it that they wanted to buy it from me. So it was a case of opportunity. I don't know. I was at a track day just before Christmas, and the guy that wanted to buy it was there as well. He said, Tim, come on, give me the keys. I'll take the car now. And in a moment of weakness, I said, okay. Well, I was actually up there that day driving a Radical, and I used to race SR3 Radicals.
Wow.
And but again, my wife said perhaps you shouldn't be driving those anymore, being a whopper.
I like that.
So happy wife, happy life. I
Yes.
sold my Radical as well.
Yeah. And you know, I mean, the respect of your wife is the beginning of wisdom.
Of course.
You
I'm
married
not going to disagree with that.
You've married for how many years now?
Over 30 years.
Whoa.
Yeah. I got married when I was 12. You got to remember.
No, that's not possible. That's a joke. So what will be, you know, people say that if you know how to manage, you know, your wife or your relationship, you'll be able to know how to manage money. And you are a financial expert. What's your advice in that area?
Yeah, I think, you know, with if you're trying to make a delineation between the two, or indeed a connection,
Yes.
yeah, then it's important to communicate, right? There's going to be good times, there's going to be bad times, but communication is absolutely
Powerful.
key. Absolutely right.
Yeah. Oh, I
So
like
if you
that.
can, if you
I
can
like
move that within the
I like
business
that.
and your domestic life, then hopefully things should stay together.
Communication. So guys, over 30 year experience, communication is the link between, you know, managing your family well and of course your money.
GTX Home is a brand with vision of having the largest green and smart estate with innovation and technology. The vision has given birth to Jasper Gardenia along the coastline of Ibejuleki, Lagos. The first green and smart affordable estate. Now, Jasper Estate is just 10 minutes away from Dangote Refinery and is just opposite the Lekki Golf Course. And guess what? The title is Gizet. Now, you can get a property here because here, my friend, is the future.
GTX Homes. We don't just sell properties.
We help you build your future.
My name is Stephen Akintayo. I'm known as Africa's most sought after investment coach. I started 13 years ago as an entrepreneur and knowing nothing but having the guts and of course wanting to be wealthy as I was born from a poor family. My mother was a civil servant. My father's business had crumbled before I was born, but I knew that we could be wealthy. But something changed my life. At the age of 17, I started reading a book on money. And I got to know that I can be wealthy. It's possible. I started the first wealth university. By the time you're done with it, you can literally start your own business or be able to learn how to invest in a business and make money for yourself. I'd like you to sign up today in www.stephenakitayouniversity.com. Ladies and gentlemen, we're still here, investment chart in a Rolls Royce, and with Tim from Globaleye. You know, and today we're looking at his life, his business, and what he's done. He's a well-accomplished man, of course, now a whopper, you know, another word for grandpa. And so my next question will be, what do you think people miss the most? First of all, when it comes to planning their personal finance and when it comes to their corporate finance.
Yeah, right. So we provide unbiased, i.e. independent solutions to both individuals and corporates.
Okay.
I'll cover individuals first. What I tend to find with everyone is that they don't take enough time to plan their finances.
Okay.
They spend more time planning their holiday than they do planning their finances. And like anything, it's important to go and get professional advice.
Wow.
You know, if you get a toothache, you don't say, well, I'll try and sort it out myself. You go and see a professional who will take care of it.
True.
And this is the same thing with regards to financial advice. So, and someone that can look at all aspects, to go and just see one person to talk about investment only, but ignore all the other important things like taxation or insurance or you know, citizenship through investment or all of these areas, including real estate. You can't knit it all together.
Wow.
So it's important to see someone who can bring all that stuff together for you and then give you a strategy for today, but also for the future and for your future generations.
Wow. Wow.
Corporate planning a little bit different because they're either looking to protect assets, insure assets, or provide a company pension scheme for their staff, or medical cover. So there's different aspects, but ultimately independent, second opinion, take time and plan now. So many people leave it too late.
Can people like us afford your company if we need this amazing services?
Can you afford not to?
I love that. I love that. You're good. Yeah, so how, can individuals, because I believe you work with individuals as well as with corporations.
Yes, we do.
So how do we contact, to kind of, set up a project, and what will it look like in terms of engaging your company?
Well, look, the best thing to do is reach out to us first. Obviously, globaleye.com. You can get hold of us. All of our telephone details for all our offices around the world are available on that website. People reach out to us and say, look, this is what's going on, or this is my problem, or I'm not too sure what my problems are. Can you just have a quick look and identify? And we're more than happy to do that.
So you would do an evaluation?
Total evaluation on everything, what they need to, we'll show them what's good and what needs to maybe improve a little bit. It might be making things more effective or more cost efficient. It's a big thing on cost right now. And we can point out areas where we can help them out. They may have a range of financial advisory, private banker, trustee, lawyer types already, but they haven't had someone knit it all together. We can become
bring
the glue.
It all to one.
We're just the glue that brings it all together, right?
Beautiful.
And I think a lot of clients, particularly those who in the real estate world, who maybe have bought in places where there's taxation, and this is one of the big things we do with partners, like Art and Capital, etc., where clients now have a passport that takes them all sorts of places in the world. But that's tax. There's tax in these various places, okay? And that needs to be looked at. So, for example, in UK, many people have bought property in London, right? They love London. Everyone from around the world, they love it.
I love London.
You and many, many others, right? And they buy a property in London. And if they've had some kind of advice, they may have bought through a company structure or a trust structure. Well, the British government have recently changed the rules to say, if you own property in the UK now, it's 40% tax when you die. Most people are unaware.
Wow.
Last year, HMRC...
Guys, listen to Tim. Wow. I'm just discovering this too.
I can't get around it, but I can put in solutions. So basically, the days of trying to get around these taxes are not happening. Because, governments, as you know, they're very broke. They spend trillions of dollars on the COVID issue, and they're looking at every single way they can to get money back out of people. And what is their target? High net worth families and corporates. They can't tax poor people anymore. The poor people are already poor.
And they're angry also.
They're angry, right? So they're coming for the high net worth families. And in UK, with so many people owning property from around the world, this is a big, big money take for them.
Wow, this is amazing, and really thank you for sharing that with our audience. Africa, because we have massive number of viewers from Africa. First of all, do you consult for Africans and African businesses? And second of all, what do you think that most entrepreneurs or wealthy families in Africa need to begin to put in place that's unique to their situations?
Again, a lot of these wealthy families have gone overseas. Okay. So we have an office in South Africa, for example, and that's predominantly designed around the taxation issues which are affecting people. They're not only their assets within Africa, but their assets that they've now got outside of Africa. And I think sometimes they don't get the advice that knits together with, well, this is what I'm doing back at home, and this is what I'm doing in various other parts of the world. Who can advise me, not just my banker to talk my banking, or not just my lawyer to talk about the legal stuff, who can advise on all of that and identify potential areas, and then we collaborate with the advisory network to make sure the solution is done correctly.
Wow. This is great. This is great. I think I'm your first customer.
Okay, good.
because we're into real estate back at home. This year we're building 1,000 housing unit.
Okay.
And we just opened our Dubai office, and we're hoping to open London and in US also. But the conversation about knitting everything together,
Yep.
is very powerful.
We'll do the financing, we'll do the taxation advisory, we'll do the structuring, we might do the FX. Particularly with foreign, we'll do things like the insurance wrappers to protect the asset against taxation and things like that.
Wow, amazing. Thank you.
Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you. I think you've solved my problem. But I believe for many, many people, I will be, reaching out to Tim. We didn't discuss this, by the way. Truly, there is a solution there. So, guys, I'm having a wonderful conversation with Tim of Globaleye, and it's been a wonderful conversation around investment structure. And my next question will be, what are the top 3 quotes around either investments or money that you normally give?
Quotes?
Yes, or that you love. It could be somebody else's quote.
Pay yourself first.
Pay yourself first. Nice.
Start planning early.
Start planning early.
And probably the last one, which links back to the beginning of the conversation, don't get divorced.
That is a serious one. Don't get divorced. Okay, that's a powerful one, really, really, really powerful. And that leads me to my last question. What will you give, whether a male or a female, as to advice about how to manage their family finance in terms of how couples can manage their money?
Yeah, I mean, as you say, as a couple, come together as a couple, do it, dynamically together.
Okay.
But then engage the professional service of someone.
Okay.
So we help people map out things. We can then put an online strategy together for them so they can go and review it every time. So it's not a one-hit thing. You don't just say, boom, it's done, finished. It's something we do at a regular period of time, right? It's got to be come down and see if it's still relevant. Let's say you're a couple and we've done a plan. We've now got kids or more kids. Well, things change. Attitudes change, or there may have been a death in the family, or we want to do this now, or this was a plan originally, but things change. We got divorced, But this is the stuff where we say, look, we'll just give you the black and white, independent solution to say, these are the things you want to have in place to make sure that these things you're hoping to achieve will have some chance of happening.
Wow, amazing. One final one. So what is your projection, in terms of investment in Africa and the future of Africa when it comes to expansion, globalization, growth?
Look, I think everyone knows that Africa is the sleeping giant, right?
Yeah, I like that. Sleeping giant.
The sleeping giant. The commodities, the size of the resources, the opportunity that is still untapped in Africa is absolutely huge.
Amazing.
It's just a case now of people accessing Africa and doing it the right way and seeing all the checks and the balances are in place. But as a destination or a destination for financial stuff, huge.
Amazing. Do you consult for government, state government, federal government?
We have been asked to do it before. Yes, we have done so.
So will you be open to?
Totally.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Africa, you had a team. You need a team by your side. Everybody needs a team. Thank you for coming.
You're very welcome.
I really appreciate it, and this is really, really amazing. Thank you.
Thank you.
So, guys, we taking the final part of this episode, which is in partnership with one of our partners here, Shoba, and we're gonna take the remaining part of the questions in one of Shoba's amazing properties here in Dubai. See you there.
GTX Homes,
a subsidiary of GTX Global, brought to you by Stephen Akintayo,
and is bringing you
Jasper Estate. It is located along the urban area of Ibeju, Lekki, Lagos, Nigeria.
This is just luxury at the tip of your fingers with just 12 minutes drive from the Lakapine Tropicana.
It's 15 minutes from Dangote Refinery.
And it's 5 minutes to Lekki Town.
2 minutes from Stone Beach Resort.
It is just adjacent to the Dangote Jetty.
And if you're one that like to travel down memory lane and be in tune with the relics, Awolowo Museum is 5 minutes away. It is barely 11 minutes from Lekki Deep Sea Port.
Pick up that phone, dial that number, send that WhatsApp message to the number on your screen and secure your slot today.
Also available in Abuja.
GTX Homes. We don't just sell properties.
We help you build your future.
So I was born into a very poor family. My mother was a civil servant, and I will always recall how we used to go to neighbors to borrow money to send me to school and my siblings. There's just something about poverty that's not attractive. I, of course, read my first book on money at the age of 18. Rich Dad, Poor Dad. I started my business 13 years ago with just 8,000 naira. I've grown to become a multi-billionaire corporation today. The habits that I learned from those books are the ones I've practiced in the last 13 years. That has helped me to build the empire that we've built today. Is what is loaded in the books, and some other role models of mine who are billionaires. What I've noticed about their habits, and see you at the top with your testimony of how the book has changed your life. The Billionaire Habit, authored by Stephen Akintayo. Hey, how you doing? Thank you very much. So, but at this point, in Dubai, what is your investment advice for people when it comes to property investment?
Property investment,
Yeah.
to be honest with you, we always say find a specialist in the area that you want to come into. Right?
Find a specialist.
Find a specialist that they know their subject matter and can provide you with a nice, unbiased, independent view about what is good for you, your needs today, and what you need for the future. Where I certainly come in is then I do all, dare I say it, the boring nitty-gritty stuff to make sure financing, structuring, insurance, FX, all that kind of boring stuff is then put together in conjunction with your real estate professional.
Wow, amazing. So if before you invest, get a professional to talk to. That's your first advice.
Totally, yeah. And get independent advice and get a second opinion,
Okay.
And people also need to understand things like taxation matters could be hitting them and so on and so forth.
That you may not know, but are there.
It's one of those unfortunate things, but tax gets everybody.
So for you personally, what are the 3 types of real estate investment you recommend?
Well, I'm not massively into the real estate side of it. We're more on the financial side.
Yes.
Right?
But if I'm your client, 3 type of real estate investment, you're going to say, hey, put your money here.
But I wouldn't. I would say, if you want to get into real estate investment, speak to a specialist in real estate investment.
Okay.
Because you've got to remember, there are different types. Am I investing?
Yeah.
Or is this my home?
Yeah.
You've got to look at it in different ways, right?
Yeah.
So we would say, look, speak to a real estate investment specialist. Make sure that they've got a good track record, whether they're the developer or they're purely consultant, etc. And then we can come in and talk about, as I say, the boring stuff with regards to financing, and structuring, and taxation, etc., to make sure the whole project comes together.
Wow, amazing. One last question before we go. What will be your favorite location here in Dubai?
My favorite location? Gosh, that's a tough one. Look, I've lived here for 25 years.
Woo!
Yes, so I've been.
You are shaked.
Not quite, but it's been my home for the last 25 years, and I've lived in different parts of the UAE, predominantly Dubai. Okay? Right now, I'm living in downtown. Downtown's an exciting part of Dubai to be in. It's also very convenient because my office is in downtown as well.
Okay. So you like downtown?
At the moment, I have to say downtown.
Downtown Dubai, Burj Khalifa.
I wake up in the morning and my view is of Burj Khalifa.
Yeah.
It's difficult to beat.
Amazing. Once again, I want to thank you for coming, on this episode of Investment Chat in a Rolls Royce. It's been amazing discussing with you, and thank you for coming.
Thanks very much indeed.
Guys, so I've had a wonderful discussion with Tim of Globaleye, and it's been a fantastic conversation, and you do not want to miss my next episode of Investment Chat in a Rolls Royce. Don't forget, every Sunday, 2:30 to 3 p.m. Channels Television, and we also stream across all our social media handle. It's going to be a great one next week. Love you, goodbye.